Okay, so the O-ring on these filters is a pain in the neck. I had to take it off and put it back on again a couple of times, but that's all done now. The other thing is I've turned off the UV because you want to get good bacteria back into the filter. So I would have the UV off for about 2 weeks before switching it back on again. The other thing is that this UV is probably older than 18 months. So generally every 12 to 18 months I want to replace my UV. So I'd replace the tube inside this as well. Now this is one of those fun jobs where everything you do seems to go backwards, but anyway. So this one here is the pipe that goes to the waterfall. But in order for me to attach that, I'd need to get another fitting, which goes down smaller. So I'm not able to get the waterfall running right now because I don't have the right fittings on me. So if we came back with another one of these, we then could attach the waterfall and get the waterfall going. But in a perfect world, this pond would probably run off 2 pumps. One pump runs the waterfall and then the other one runs the spout on the other end. Okay, so right now I've got the pump set up there. As you can see, the amount of leaf litter is just absolutely unbelievable. This is going to need a mega clean. And now I've got the water coming out here back into the pond again, so the filter is actually running. Now the waterfall, if we want the waterfall functional again, because there's a really beautiful waterfall there, one of those old Universal Rock ones, but I think we're going to need an extra pump for that because the current filter is running this no problem, but I wouldn't want to just be circulating the water there from now. So what I'm going to do is just set this one up. So that's aerating the pond, sending water back into the pond again. Pond needs a huge clean out. Okay, so these fish are in a very bad circumstance because KH is good, GH could come up a little bit. So a 6 KH I'm happy with. A GH of 7, I'd rather that be more like 12 at the moment. So I'd add about 1 gram per litre of GH salt. That will really help detoxify at this point. pH is very high, which is normal. Phosphate is super high, which is normal considering how many plants and leaves and that are in the pond. But there is ammonia and nitrite in the pond, which means that because the filter has not been working, the fish have been producing waste, and the bacteria in the filter, which should be breaking down the fish's waste, is obviously not working. So there is ammonia and nitrite in this water at the moment. Now, you're going to have to treat this water very, very seriously, otherwise you're going to lose these fish. So right now the fish look okay, but they're not going to last long while there's ammonia in the water, especially with the pH so high. High pH and ammonia is very, very toxic. So the first thing I'd want to do is find out how many litres the pond is and put in 1 gram per litre minimum of GH salt. So that's going to help to detoxify the situation. It'll help with the immune system and body slime. I'd also consider products like Boogle, which will help to artificially enhance the immune system of these fish, because they're going to need all the help they can get. Because basically this is like a new pond, because the bacteria has been killed off due to lack of oxygen because the filter's not been running. And now because the bacteria is gone, we have ammonia in the water. And ammonia is going to slowly kill the fish. So I would be doing water changes in here, probably 50% a day for now, just to dilute down that level. And then I would be using some Prime 5 times dose daily, and that'll detoxify the water. So even though there's ammonia in here, it's actually not going to be killing the fish because the Prime will detoxify it. And if you put a 5 times dose of Prime in once every day or 2 for now, chances are the fish will be okay. But you're going to have to treat this very seriously, otherwise you are going to lose these fish. Now I'd also add some stability, which is some good bacteria, to try and get that back in the filter. And I would be dosing with something like Pristine or sludge remover, just to try and get a lot of this crap out of the pond. And I'd spend some time like scooping out as much crap as you can. So as of now, the fish are really okay, but it's been a week since this filter has not been running. And in the week, we've definitely seen deterioration of the water, and it's going to be a battle to stabilize it. Now, once you stabilize it, it'll be all good again. But obviously this pond's been without love for some time. So ASAP, I want to fill the pond up. I want to get all the crap out of the pond. I want to keep cleaning the filter because it's going to clog up very quickly with all this amount of crap in the pond. And I would want to be using a 5 times dose of Water Agent daily until you test the water and find the ammonia and nitrite is 0. So this is a very fixable situation, but it's also very much on a knife edge. Because if this isn't taken seriously, even though these are very, very, very hardy fish. So if you're going to fail with fish, these are probably the best fish to fail with. But they're still not invincible. So as far as feeding's concerned, these fish have all been well fed, so I wouldn't be feeding them at all in the next 2 weeks. And I'd be just trying to do lots of water changes and keep an eye on ammonia and nitrite until you get ammonia and nitrite to 0, and then you're back in business. But unfortunately, I think we've got some steps backwards until we get some steps forward. So this needs 11. The first thing I'm going to add is some GH salts. Now the reason why I want to add this into the pond is that that's going to drastically help the immune system and body slime of the fish. The GH salt will also help to detoxify the nitrite, and right now it's going to help the fish quite a lot. So I want to get this retested in a few days. I want to find out what the GH or salt level has gone to, and I want to keep an eye on this ammonia and nitrite, because until that gets down, we're not in a good space. This is something that I really want you to have on hand all the time, because what a 5 times dose of this is going to do is detoxify ammonia and nitrite, and it's essentially a high quality water ager. So you really want this going into the pond every time you're adding new water. Otherwise the chlorine and so forth from the water can actually poison the fish and kill off the good bacteria. So we're in a very delicate circumstance right now, but if everything is done right, these fish really should be okay. If they're neglected at this point, with the presence of ammonia and nitrite in there, it's anyone's guess. I'd be looking at putting a second pump on, so we can get that waterfall going as well, if you wanted it. Not that you totally need it. Every water pump will be an impeller, and you really want to clean that impeller out, preferably every season. Now the chances are, if this one's short-circuited, either 2 things have happened. It's clogged up and it's overheated, or it's clogged up and dirt or something's got into the housing and bore it out, exposing the electrics. So either way, every single water pump has an impeller, and you really want to be giving the impeller a clean every 3 months or every quarter to stop it clogging up. Otherwise, eventually this new pump that's replaced now, which is nice and clean, will also clog up, and it will you'll shorten the shelf life of it. So we've got great oxygen now with the water going back into the pond, but just be aware that the pre-filter on this, which I've put onto the pump, it's pretty deteriorated, so eventually you are going to want to replace that, and it's going to need cleaning very regularly right now. I'd say even as much as once a day, because the amount of crap in this pond, the filter is just going to clog up again real fast. And you'll notice, because the amount of water coming out of here will decrease. We don't want that. We want it filtering at maximum.